My name is Fuki Takahashi. I've been dancing since I was 3 years old. I am from Tokyo, Japan. I've been in the US for the past 14 years, and I've been dancing professionally for the past 6 years with Atlanta Ballet. My grandmother was changing my diaper, and she saw how flexible I was putting my leg over my head, and she was like, well, I want her to go into something physical, so it's either going to be gymnastics or ballet. So I went to 2 different classes just to see which one I like more, and when I was there, I really liked dancing ballet or seeing just like other dancers dance and just to the music. It just was very pretty. I started taking it seriously and not just as like a hobby and a physical activity after school. When I went to go see an actual performance of the ballet, listening to the music, it just was a magical moment. I couldn't stop thinking about it after. I get bored easily. I think I like to move on to things quickly, but with ballet, there's never perfecting it. And just the thrill of, one time it feels so good to do one thing, it like almost clicks. And you're like, aha, like I know this is what it's supposed to feel like. And you're kind of chasing that over and over again and trying to perfect each step, but knowing it's never going to be perfect is kind of thrilling. It's sort of research of your body and the way you react to movements and the way you feel. When I'm in the studio, I'm more researching for technical things, whether it was a turn or connection with a partner or push and pull with a partner, counterweighting with a partner. But when I'm on stage, it's a completely different story because it's 2 people and it really is like nothing else on stage. There's just 2 people dancing, and when it's a duet, and it's nothing else. It's just researching connection between your partner and who you are and being very vulnerable on stage. I think that's a very special moment. This is my 2nd year coming back to chamber dance. I did the 2023 summer and the 2024 January. I honestly didn't know what I was expecting, but it was such a warm welcome. And also Diane is so warm as a person and so genuine about idea of dance and the concept that she wants to do for that ballet. And she gives me the freedom to do my own research and how it looks in my body, how it feels in my body, musicality, artistry, and all of those things. And it was nice to be trusted. I also felt like it was a nice community. All the dancers are so genuine and so nice to each other. I so loved that music was a big part of chamber. Not just music, but live music, which I think is very important. Last January when we did Dwellings, in the 3rd movement, I come in from the back and it's complete darkness and I'm kind of, full of jitters. And I remember looking at the musicians and I remembered Christian and also Diane saying, connect with them. So, oftentimes we're on stage and the musicians are in the orchestra pit. We don't get to see them. But I remember looking across and clearly all 4 of the quartets take a breath together and then start the violin and the cello and all the instruments. And I remember taking a breath with them and then starting my movement. And I vividly remember that and I hold that in my heart because that's what art should be. And that's why we dance. It's to connect with people and the audience members as well as ourselves and other artists on stage. I mean, I've always wanted to connect with the audience more. So whether that's learning about me as a person, not just how I dance and how I look on stage, but where I come from and my story. And I love sharing those things. And that's why I love chamber also when they host like an after performance soiree and we get to talk to the audience member or even before this performance starts. We often go out before the performance starts just to talk to the audience. I remember that was unique about chamber is after the performance, we ask the audience member to come up on stage and we teach them a little part and we get to actually see their face instead of a black abyss that we perform to sometimes. And it's really nice to be able to actually talk, and I love asking about what they thought about the performance, not just the dancing, but how they felt watching that performance. Well, as a Chamber Dance Project member and a dancer, I'd like to thank each and one of you. We can't put on a production without you guys, and I really hope you come say hi to me on stage or after performances.